Welcome to our analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for taking your time to be part of this channel. I want to thank each and every one of you who has rendered support to this channel in one way or the other. And I also want to thank those who have responded positively and subscribed to this channel. I'm glad about the support. I'm glad about the subscriptions. If you are watching our channel for the very first time, or you've been part of our viewers but you haven't subscribed, I want to request you very kindly, take a second and subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that whenever we do a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, who do you think has better political strategies? And who do you think is surrounded by better political advisors? I'm asking this because William Ruto has come out in the open and claimed that his main opponent in these elections is none other than his boss, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. You see, these two gentlemen have been friends. In fact, in 2013 and 2017, they campaigned under the banner of the famous Uhuruto. And in 2017, it was said, Kumira Kumira. And I think it was Uhuru was to do a two-term limit and happily hand over the baton to his deputy. That is not going to happen anymore because Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting another candidate. But William Ruto was very much focused on winning the 2022 elections. As early as 2017, he was already strategizing. In fact, he took advantage when they had bungled nominations in the Jubilee, and he was given the mandate to preside over the second part of those nominations. William Ruto ensured that he rewarded his friends, he rewarded certificate to those who he believed were going to help him campaign to achieve his goal. He noted very clearly that the Mount Kenya had voted overwhelmingly for them. Knowing very well that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to exit power, he took advantage and crafted his own team from Central, a team that he believed was going to help him consolidate power in Central. And Ruto ensured that anyone whom he suspected to be harboring any presidential political ambitions fell by the wayside. Minor Commander William Kabogo are some of the people who William Ruto did not want to see anywhere close to power because he knew after 2017 these two gentlemen could rise up against him. And William Ruto built his campaign around Dindi Nyoro, Alice Wahome, people like now his running mate Rigathi Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah. In Nakuru, there were people like Kimani Gujiri and Susan Kihika. This was a clear strategy to ensure that he consolidated support in Central. He never wanted to let go that bit. He also came up with a strategy to ensure that he consolidated the youth support. And this is why he came up with the Hustler Nation. And he explained to them that he himself, Ruto, was once a hustler. He rose from scratches to become the deputy president. And he encouraged them that he was an epitome of hard work, that even the youths who do not have their ground, the youths who are not known today, can rise up to become something in future. And this narrative really sank well into the hearts of the youths, and the youths were identifying with him. William Ruto also came up with his economic model called the bottom up. He explained to the Kenyans that he was going to consider the small scale businessmen, and he was going to pump in money into their businesses so that they can grow to become uh, bigger businessmen. In fact, he was comparing them to companies like Safaricom, and he told them that you can start from scratches and I will pump money so that we grow with you. This again was really agreeing well with the electorates in the country. And William Ruto had another strategy. He started dishing out money to every group, the mamambogas, the border, youth groups, and all that. And this melted the hearts of many Kenyans. And William Ruto was happy that indeed this was his year to become the president of Kenya. Another strategy that William Ruto crafted was to ensure that he separated the former NASA group. This group was going to be a thorn in his flesh if he did not rock it from within. He tried looking for Mudavadi and Wetangula. He tried looking for Kalonzo Musyoka. He succeeded in getting Mudavadi and Wetangula. And he sent Jimmy Wanjigi to bring him Kalonzo Musyoka. This did not work out. He didn't get Kalonzo Musyoka. The other strategy that William Ruto had was to ensure that he traversed and try and gain entry into Raila's strongholds. He started with Nyanza through Governor Okoth Obado. He wanted to get a chunk of the votes in Nyanza. He went to coast using people like Aisha Jumwa, Jichopevu Mohamed Ali, Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi, and many others. In Western, people like Boni Halwale, Cleopas Malala, Mudavadi, and all that were the people who are trying to help him pitch his camp there and get a strong foundation in Western. So all these were strategies to make sure that he ascends to power. Little known to him was the fact that the president was watching. The president is usually a quiet man. He only comes out sometimes to speak when he's vexed. So the president, having known the strategies of William Ruto, decided to counter him because the president had teamed up with Raila Odinga in the famous handshake, and they came up with the BBI. BBI did not see the light of day because William Ruto thwarted it in court. In the High Court, it was thwarted. And when the BBI proponents went to the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal upheld the ruling of the High Court. And so William Ruto was very happy. Even the opinion polls were rating him high. This was his year, and he knew he was going to become the president. But the president invested in the intelligence, and they sat down and thought of how they could counter William Ruto. They knew very well that William Ruto was enjoying support from the youths, and Wajakoya was brought in to take care of that. If you look at what is happening today, Wajakoya has a kind of following from the youth. The youths can identify with him. He's talking about the weed, and that vile atahalalisha bangi, watauza na watapatia our vijana pesa and all that, the reggae thing. They also knew that William Ruto could not get inroads into Raila's strongholds if Raila started campaigning early enough to ensure that he locks him out. And so Raila charged his troop. In Nyanza, people like James Orengo, Anyang' Nyong'o, all the Luo politicians, Uchilo Ayako, those were vying for the governorship in Nyanza, were told not to be seen in the national politics. They remained in their constituencies and in their counties to make sure that they mobilize people. In fact, what is going around there is that Raila Odinga is now being supported by Mount Kenya, something that has never been seen before. And so they are wooing the voters to come out in numbers. Through this, Raila Odinga managed to lock out Ruto from Nyanza. Even in Kisii, people like Governor Ongwae and Simba Arati locked out Ruto completely. Raila Odinga charged Governor Joho to take care of the coast. And if you look at what is happening in the coast today, William Ruto is trying, but that place is locked. In fact, he even promised Joho that Joho is going to be a cabinet secretary for lands because the coastarians are complaining about land issues. And in Western, Francis Atwoli, Ombesa Oparanya are trying to manage that area. Recently, Raila campaigned in Buhungu, and you can see what is happening there. In fact, Raila has made it clear that Wycliffe Oparanya is going to be cabinet secretary for finance. And so that place, in my own opinion, has been locked. I don't know what to think, but I feel it has been locked. The other thing that was worrying the intelligence was how Raila was going to gain entry in Mount Kenya. Because all the other strategies that William Ruto had were taken care of. But there is one thing that was worrying the deep state or the system. This was how Raila Amolo Odinga could gain entry into Central Province. And so they had Peter Kenneth, Sabina Chege, there was Peter Munya, and Martha Karua. After a lot of consultation and scrutiny, they decided to pick Martha Karua. This has worked because Martha has received the backing of the women in this country. The Mount Kenya women somehow silently support Martha, because I've tried to check people like Susan Kihika, Anne Waiguru, Alice Wahome. Is there anyone who has really even tried to insult Martha or to talk ill of her? I haven't. And some people even feel that secretly, given a chance, they will vote in Raila Odinga because of Martha Karua. After the deep state had succeeded in unleashing Martha Karua, because Martha Karua went on a charm offensive. She's campaigning everywhere. She went to Uasin she's in Nairobi, she's in Kirinyaga. Even if you look at the way people were celebrating in Kirinyaga, Muranga, the entire central province, the mountain has changed. Contrary to what has happened before, when Raila contested for presidency in 1997, 2013, 2017, and even in 2007, this time round Raila Amolo Odinga is going to get support from Mount Kenya. And so everything has worked well for the president. I think he's smiling, is really smiling wherever he is. If you look at the strategies, because I was only trying to paint a picture for you on how these two buddies were locking horns, walikuwa wanapimana nguvu. It looks to me that the president managed to neutralize William Ruto. Because when Raila started campaigning in full swing, everything changed. The president reminded William Ruto that the race to State House is a marathon. It is not a sprint, because William Ruto had won some by-election, including Kiambaa, and he went on a bragging spree, saying that he was not afraid of the deep state. He had defeated them even in Kiambaa. When he was doing this, the president was watching, and I think he was really hurting the president, because he had taken the president's siblings, Ndindi Nyoro and the likes, and he went ahead and defeated him. So the president was somehow was feeling uneasy. William Ruto did not realize that when you hurt your boss, you will pay dearly for it. And if you look at the opinion polls today, ladies and gentlemen, things have changed. Some youths are now identifying with Wajakoya. Raila has climbed the mountain. The women are supporting Martha Karua. Between these two, who do you think has a better strategy? Yesterday, the TIFA polls rated Raila Amolo Odinga, I think for the second time, they rated Raila Amolo Odinga higher. Raila Amolo Odinga has 42%, while Ruto has 39%. Ruto said that the Azimio is sponsoring opinion polls to influence the opinion of the electorates. Do you think the president's strategies worked to ensure that they neutralized Ruto? Or do you think the Azimio and the president is sponsoring opinion polls? Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, because in my opinion, I think the president beat his deputy in transforming. He beat his, in my opinion, I think the president. Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, because in my opinion, I think the president waited, strategized, and neutralized Ruto completely, and Ruto is not going to see State House. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen.